Hello guys, Rox here, welcome back and Happy New Year. Today we're gonna talk about your lens aperture and why you have those weird numbers, why there is this strange progression of number. So aperture is one of the most important settings for our camera, and most of all it controls the amount of light that comes into your sensor. But why we have this weird number 1.4 to 2.8? They are not random, there is a logic behind those very precise numbers, and the logic stays in the square root of 2, which is 1.414. So the lens aperture is a circle, right? And the area of a circle is equal to pi r square, where r is the radius. If we take a circle with radius equal to 1, the area will be pi. But if we take a circle with radius 2, the area will be 4 pi, so 4 times the first one. And that makes sense because the radius is squared, right? So to double the area, we have to multiply by square root of 2. If you take any number of the aperture of the lens, let's say for example 2.8, if you multiply by 1.414, you're gonna have 4. If you're gonna divide 2.8 by 1.414, you're gonna have 2. And this is the same for every single aperture number. This is the reason why we have those very numbers on our lenses. Hold on, Rossano. What you're saying doesn't make any sense. f4 is one stop down compared to f2.8, so we get less light. Why we are multiplying by square root of 2 instead of dividing? The reason is the definition of f-stop. So the f number is equal to the focal length divided by the aperture diameter, which means the focal length divided by 2 times the radius. And here is the key. When we move from f2.8 to f4, we are halving the area of the aperture opening, which means dividing the radius by square root of 2. But since the radius is in the denominator of the f-stop formula, dividing the radius by square root of 2 actually increases the f number. Hence, we multiply by square root of 2 to move from f2.8 to f4. In other words, as the aperture gets smaller, the f-stop gets bigger, and as the aperture gets larger, the f-stop gets smaller. If you want to calculate the stop difference between two f-stop, for example 1.2 and 1.4, since this is a geometric progression, then you need to use this logarithm formula. And for example, for 1.4 and 1.2, you're gonna see that you have 0.44 stops. Now, can you tell me how much an image taken with f2.0 is brighter compared to an image taken with f8.0? And let me know if you like this type of video, and if you have any question about aperture or any other settings of your camera. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!